What if I told you that one woman's desperate plan to fake a picture-perfect relationship for social media likes ended up unraveling a love story so wild, so unexpected, it'll leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about love, lies, and the internet. Picture this, a 20-something influencer, drowning in the pressure to stay relevant, decides to stage a romance with a guy she barely knows, just to keep her followers hooked. But here's the kicker. What started as a carefully curated lie spirals into something so real, it changes her life forever. How does a fake relationship turn into true love? What happens when the cameras stop rolling, and the truth comes crashing in? Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you're gonna get the answer to the mystery that brought you here, and trust me, it's a roller coaster you won't want to miss. My name's your name, and I'm here to dive deep into this crazy story with you, like we're best friends spilling tea on a late-night call. So grab your snacks, get comfy, and let's unpack this drama together, because this is the kind of story that'll keep you glued to the screen until the very last second. You know that feeling when you're scrolling through Instagram or TikTok, and everyone's life looks so perfect? The dreamy vacations, the flawless outfits, the swoon-worthy couples who seem to have it all figured out? It's like the whole world is screaming at you to keep up, to post something that'll get those hearts and comments flooding in. That's exactly where our girl, Emma, was at. A 27-year-old influencer from Los Angeles, Emma had built a solid following by sharing her authentic life. Her morning smoothies, her gym routines, her sunny SoCal adventures. But behind the filters and the hashtags, Emma was struggling. Her engagement was slipping, her sponsorships were drying up, and the pressure to stay relevant in the cutthroat world of social media was suffocating her. You ever feel like you're running on a treadmill, trying to keep up with what everyone expects of you? That's Emma, times a million. She's pouring her heart into content that's just not hitting the way it used to, and she's terrified of fading into obscurity. So one night, over a glass of rose and a panic-induced spiral, Emma hatches a plan. What's the one thing that always gets people talking? A love story. But there's a problem. Emma's single, and she's got no prospects in sight. So she does what any desperate influencer might do. She decides to fake it. Enter Jake, a charming, slightly awkward barista she meets at her favorite coffee shop. He's got no clue about ring lights or hashtags, but he's got a smile that could melt 1,000 algorithms. Emma convinces Jake to play along, promising him it's just a few cute couple pics, maybe a reel or two, nothing serious. But as their staged romance blows up online, Emma starts to realize something. She's not just faking it for the gram anymore. There's a spark, a connection, something real. And that's where things get messy. How do you separate what's real from what's for show when the whole world is watching? You're probably wondering, Emma girl, what were you thinking? But let's be real. Haven't we all done something a little wild to keep up appearances? Maybe not on her level, but we've all felt that pressure to look like we've got it together. I'm here to walk you through every twist and turn of Emma's story, and I promise, you're gonna want to hear how this all plays out. Now, let's talk about why this story hits different. It's not just about Emma and Jake. It's about all of us. It's about the way we chase validation, the way we curate our lives to fit into little squares on a screen, and the way we sometimes lose sight of what's real in the process. You're here because you want to know how Emma went from faking couple goals to finding something true, and I'm gonna deliver every detail. But more than that, I'm gonna make you feel like you're right there with her, navigating the highs and lows, the likes and the lies. You ever post something and obsess over how many people saw it? Or maybe you've wondered if the people in your life are as happy as they look online. That's what this story taps into, the raw, messy truth behind the highlight reels. Emma's not a villain, and she's not a saint. She's just a girl trying to make it in a world that's always demanding more. And Jake? He's not just some prop in her plan. He's got his own story, his own dreams, and a past that makes him more than just the cute guy in her posts. Together, they're about to stumble into something neither of them saw coming. I'm not gonna spoil it yet, but let's just say their journey is full of viral moments, heartbreak, and a few secrets that'll make your jaw drop. You're not just watching a video, you're stepping into a story that's gonna make you laugh, maybe tear up a little, and definitely keep you hooked. I'm talking to you, the one who loves a good plot twist, the one who's always chasing the next big story. You're my people, and I'm not letting you go until we get to the bottom of this. So what's the vibe here? Think of this video as your favorite rom-com, but with a side of social media drama and a whole lot of heart. We're diving into themes of authenticity, love, and the blurry line between what's real and what's for show. Emma's world is all about aesthetics, perfectly staged brunch dates, golden hour selfies, captions that sound deep but don't say much. But beneath the surface, there's a battle going on. She's fighting to be seen, not just by her followers, but by herself. And Jake? He's the wild card, the guy who doesn't care about clout but gets pulled into Emma's orbit anyway. Their fake relationship starts with staged hand-holding and scripted banter, but as the likes roll in, so do the feelings. You're probably thinking, okay, but how does this even happen? How do you go from pretending to be in love to actually falling for someone? That's the mystery we're unraveling, and I'm not gonna lie, it's complicated. There's tension, there's chemistry, and there's a whole lot of, did that really just happen? Moments. I'm here to guide you through it all, like we're dissecting the latest gossip over coffee. You're not just a viewer, you're in this with me, and I'm counting on you to stick around because the payoff is so worth it. Every twist, every revelation, every heart-pounding moment is building to an answer that'll leave you shook. And trust me, I've got a master plan to keep you locked in. I'm dropping just enough crumbs to keep you curious, but I'm holding back the big reveal until the end. You're not going anywhere, are you? Good. Because we're just getting started. Let's set the scene a bit more, because I want you to feel like you're right there in Emma's world. Imagine Los Angeles, all palm trees and neon signs, where every coffee shop is a potential photo shoot and every influencer is hustling for the next big break. Emma's apartment is a Pinterest board come to life. White walls, fairy lights, a shelf full of skincare products she's paid to promote. But her life? It's not as glossy as it looks. She's up late editing videos, stressing over analytics, wondering if she's enough. When she meets Jake, it's not love at first sight. It's more like, he'll do for the photos. Jake's the opposite of her curated chaos. He's a guy who wears the same flannel every day, who'd rather listen to vinyl than chase trends. He agrees to Emma's scheme because, well, he's broke, and she's offering to pay for his coffee shifts to be her boyfriend. But as their fake dates pile up, think sunset hikes, farmers market strolls, all the cliché couple stuff, something shifts. Emma starts noticing the way Jake laughs at her bad jokes, the way he actually listens when she talks about her fears. And Jake? He's starting to see past the influencer facade to the real Emma, the one who's scared of failing, the one who cries when she thinks no one's watching. You're probably feeling it already. That pull, that curiosity about what's gonna happen next. Will they admit what's brewing between them? Or will the pressure of their online charade tear them apart? I'm not giving it away yet, but I'm promising you this. Every second of this story is building to an answer that'll hit you right in the feels. You're invested now, right? I can feel you nodding through the screen. Here's where I get real with you. This video isn't just about Emma and Jake. It's about why stories like this matter. We're all out here trying to figure out who we are, what we want, and how to be real in a world that's always pushing us to perform. Emma's story is a mirror, reflecting back our own struggles with authenticity and connection. You're here because you want to know how she pulls it off, how she turns a lie into something true. And I'm here to deliver that answer, but I need you to stay with me. This isn't one of those videos you click away from after a minute. This is the kind of story that sticks with you, that makes you text your friends and say, you gotta watch this. I'm talking directly to you, the one who's maybe felt a little lost, a little pressured to be something you're not. You're not alone, and this story's gonna remind you of that. We're gonna laugh at Emma's wild ideas, we're gonna root for her and Jake, and we're gonna gasp when the truth comes out. But to get there you gotta trust me. I'm not gonna bore you with fluff or drag this out with filler. Every moment of this video is crafted to keep you hooked, to make you feel like you're part of the story. And I've got a little trick up my sleeve to make sure you don't click away. I'm dropping a hint right now that's gonna keep you guessing. Somewhere in Emma and Jake's fake romance, there's a secret one of them is hiding. Something so big it could blow up everything. What is it? Who's keeping it? You're not gonna find out unless you stick around. As we wrap up this intro, I want you to picture Emma and Jake at their first official fake date. They're at a trendy LA cafe, surrounded by influencers snapping avocado toast pics. Emma's directing Jake like he's in a movie. Smile this way, hold my hand like you mean it. The internet's eating it up, calling them #couple goals, but Emma's starting to feel something she didn't plan for. Her heart's racing, and it's not just the caffeine. Jake's looking at her, really looking at her, and for a second, the cameras don't exist. Is this still a game? Or is something real sneaking in? You're dying to know, aren't you? Good. Because that's exactly where we're headed. But before we dive into the next part, I need you to promise me you're in this for the long haul. Hit that like button, drop a comment with your guess about what happens next, and let's keep this vibe going. Because right now, Emma's about to post a photo that'll change everything. A photo that hides a truth she's not ready to face. What's in that picture? And why is it about to turn her world upside down? You'll find out, but only if you keep watching. Okay, you're still here, and I'm so glad because things are about to get even wilder in Emma and Jake's story. That photo I mentioned, the one Emma's about to post that's gonna flip her world upside down? Let's just say it's not your average latte art snap. It's a candid shot of her and Jake laughing at that trendy LA cafe, her head tilted back, his hand brushing hers, and it's so natural, so unguarded, it sends her followers into a frenzy. The comments are flooding in, #couple goals, #relationship vibes. You guys are so cute. And Emma's basking in the glow of viral fame. But deep down, she's freaking out. That moment wasn't staged. It wasn't part of the script. For the first time in forever, she wasn't performing for the camera, and it's messing with her head. Was she laughing because Jake's actually funny, or was it just good content? You're probably feeling that same mix of excitement and unease, wondering where this is headed, and I'm right there with you, unraveling this drama like it's our group chat's latest obsession. Let's dive deeper into Emma's world, peel back the layers of who she is, and meet a few new faces who are about to make this story even more complicated. There's a secret lurking in the background, a hidden truth tied to that photo, and while I'm not spilling it yet, I promise it's gonna keep you hooked. Buckle up, because we're going deeper into the chaos of love, lies, and social media, and every twist is building to that big reveal you're waiting for. Let's rewind a bit to understand how Emma got here, because her story's not just about this one viral moment. It's about a life spent chasing the spotlight. Growing up in a small Midwest town, Emma was always the girl with big dreams, the one who'd spend hours making vision boards and watching YouTube vlogs, imagining herself living that influencer life. She moved to LA at 22, armed with a thrift store camera and a whole lot of hustle, determined to make it big. And for a while she did. Her lifestyle content, think yoga flows, vegan recipes, and #OTD posts, racked up followers, and brands started sliding into her DMs. But the influencer game is brutal, and by 27, Emma's feeling the heat. Algorithms change, trends shift, and suddenly her authentic content feels stale. She's pouring every dollar into ring lights and editing software, but her engagement's tanking, and the pressure to stay relevant is crushing her. You ever feel like you're shouting into the void, trying to prove you're still enough? That's Emma, lying awake at 3 a.m., scrolling through her own feed, wondering if she's lost her spark. Her fake relationship with Jake was supposed to be her comeback, a way to hack the algorithm with swoon-worthy couple content. But now, as their staged dates pile up, she's starting to question everything. Jake's not just a prop. He's real, messy, human, and he's making her feel things she wasn't prepared for. There's a tension building, not just between them, but within Emma herself. She's torn between the curated life she's built and the raw, unfiltered connection she's stumbling into. And that photo? It's not just a cute pic. It's proof that something's shifting, something she can't control. You're probably wondering how long she can keep up the act, and trust me, that question's about to get a whole lot messier. Now let's talk about Jake, because he's not just the charming barista in Emma's reels. Jake's 29, a transplant from Seattle who landed in LA after a rough couple of years. He's got that laid-back vibe, think worn-in sneakers, a playlist full of indie bands, and a knack for making anyone feel like they've known him forever. But there's more to him than meets the eye. Jake's not on social media, not because he's too cool for it, but because he's running from something. A few years back, he was engaged to a girl named Mia, a rising musician who lived for the spotlight. Their breakup was messy, public, painful, and plastered all over her fans' feeds. Jake swore he'd never get caught up in that world again, which makes his deal with Emma all the more ironic. He only agreed to her fake boyfriend scheme because he's drowning in student loans and her offer to cover his coffee shop shifts was too good to pass up. But as they spend more time together, Jake's starting to unravel. Emma's not what he expected. She's not just another fame chaser. She's funny, vulnerable, and way harder on herself than she lets on. You ever meet someone who makes you question everything you thought you wanted? That's what Emma's doing to Jake. He's falling for her, but he's terrified. Terrified of getting hurt again, terrified of the spotlight, and terrified of the secret he's keeping. What's that secret? Let's just say it's tied to his past with Mia, and it's about to collide with Emma's world in a way neither of them sees coming. You're probably itching to know more, and I'm right there with you, but we're not peeling back that layer just yet. The tension's building, and I need you to stay locked in. As if Emma and Jake's drama wasn't enough, let's throw in another curveball. Meet Sarah, Emma's best friend and unofficial manager. Sarah's the kind of person who always has a plan, a spreadsheet, and a coffee in hand. She's been with Emma since their early LA days, back when they were splitting rent and dreaming of making it big. Sarah's the one who pushed Emma to lean into the couple content, whispering, "Love stories sell, babe," over late-night wine sessions. But Sarah's got her own stuff going on. She's secretly jealous of Emma's success, even if it's fading, and she's got a side hustle as a content strategist for other influencers that's starting to take off. Sarah's the one who suggested Jake as the perfect fake boyfriend, but she didn't expect Emma to actually like him. Now, as Emma and Jake's fake romance starts to feel real, Sarah's feeling sidelined, and she's not handling it well. She's dropping subtle shade in group chats, making snarky comments about Jake's hipster vibes, and pushing Emma to focus on brand deals instead of whatever's brewing with him. But here's where it gets juicy. Sarah knows something about Jake, something she overheard at the coffee shop about his past with Mia. She hasn't told Emma yet, but she's holding on to it like a trump card, waiting for the right moment to stir the pot. You're probably thinking, "Sarah, what's your deal?" And I'm with you. Is she just protective, or is there something shadier at play? Her subplot's adding a whole new layer of intrigue, and it's gonna make you question who's really on Emma's side. The stakes are climbing, and every choice, Emma's, Jake's, Sarah's, is pulling us closer to a collision we can't look away from. Let's zoom out for a second and talk about the world they're all navigating, because it's a character in itself. Los Angeles is a city of dreamers and schemers, where every influencer is one viral video away from stardom or obscurity. Emma's feed is a curated fantasy. Golden hour beach shots, pastel smoothies, captions about living your truth. But the reality? It's late nights editing, constant comparison, and a gnawing fear that you're not enough. Jake's world is simpler but no less messy. Coffee shop shifts, dive bars, and a stubborn refusal to let anyone too close. Their fake relationship is a bridge between these worlds, but it's shaky, built on half-truths and unspoken feelings. As their posts gain traction, the pressure's mounting. Brands are reaching out, followers are shipping them, and the internet's turning their romance into a full-blown saga. But the more eyes on them, the harder it is to keep the lie straight. Emma's starting to slip, posting unfiltered moments, like that cafe photo, that don't fit the script. Jake's pulling back, dodging her texts, haunted by memories of Mia's public betrayal. And Sarah's lurking, ready to drop a bombshell that could unravel everything. You're probably feeling the tension, that itch to know what's next, and I'm feeding it with just enough to keep you glued. There's a mystery here, not just in Jake's secret or Sarah's motives, but in Emma herself. Can she let go of the persona she's built and embrace something real? Or will the pull of clout drag her under? You're not just watching, you're invested, rooting for her, questioning her, and I'm right here with you, promising that every twist is leading to an answer worth waiting for. As we close this chapter, picture Emma alone in her apartment, staring at that viral photo on her phone. The comments are still pouring in, but she's not reading them. She's zoomed in on Jake's face, on the way he's looking at her, like she's the only person in the room. Her heart's pounding, and not in the good way. She's starting to realize she's in too deep, that this isn't just about likes anymore. But there's something else nagging at her, a text from Sarah, vague but ominous. "We need to talk about Jake." What does Sarah know? Why is Jake acting distant? And what's in that photo that's making Emma question everything? You're dying to find out, aren't you? Good, because we're not done yet. Hit that subscribe button, drop a comment with your theories, and stick with me, because the next part's gonna take this story to a whole new level. Something's about to break, Emma's heart, Jake's secret, or maybe the whole damn internet, and you're not gonna want to miss it. Alright, you're still with me, and I'm pumped because we're about to crank up the heat in Emma and Jake's wild ride. That text from Sarah, "We need to talk about Jake," is sitting heavy in Emma's chest as she stares at her phone, the glow of that viral cafe photo mocking her. She's caught in this weird limbo, where her heart's telling her Jake's different, but her gut's screaming that something's off. You know that feeling when you're falling for someone, but there's this nagging doubt you can't shake? That's Emma right now, and it's about to get a whole lot messier. Just when she thinks she's got a handle on her fake-turned-maybe-real romance, An unexpected twist is about to blow the lid off everything. I'm talking a game changer that'll make you gasp and keep you glued to this story like it's the juiciest gossip you've ever heard. We're diving deeper into the chaos of love, lies, and social media, with subplots thickening, stakes skyrocketing, and a mystery that's only getting murkier. I'm your guide through this drama, talking straight to you like we're dissecting it over a late-night FaceTime. And I promise, every twist is pulling us closer to that big reveal you're craving. So let's jump back into Emma's world, where the line between #couple goals and total disaster is razor thin. Emma's trying to play it cool, but Sarah's cryptic text has her spiraling. She's pacing her apartment, fairy lights casting soft shadows on the walls, her phone buzzing with notifications from followers obsessed with her and Jake's perfect romance. She's supposed to meet Jake for another staged date, a sunset picnic at Griffith Park, all aesthetic blankets and charcuterie boards for the gram, but her head's not in it. Sarah's hint about Jake is eating at her, and Jake's been weirdly distant, canceling their last coffee shop meetup with some lame excuse about a double shift. You ever get that vibe from someone you're into, where they're pulling back, and you're left overanalyzing every text? That's where Emma's at, and it's driving her nuts. She decides to confront Sarah first, hoping to get ahead of whatever's brewing. They meet at their usual spot, a bustling Venice Beach cafe where influencers and skateboarders coexist in a haze of iced lattes and salty air. Sarah's all business, her laptop open, her eyes darting like she's holding a secret she's dying to spill. You need to know something about Jake, she starts, her voice low. He's not who you think he is. Emma's heart drops, expecting some bombshell about Jake being a player or a clout chaser. But what Sarah says next is so far out of left field, it flips the script entirely. Jake's ex, Mia? She's back in LA, and she's been asking about him. And, she's got a kid. A kid Jake never told you about. A kid? Emma's world tilts. Jake, the flannel-wearing barista who barely talks about his past, might be a dad? The revelation hits like a plot twist in a Netflix drama, and you're probably as shook as Emma is. Is it true? Did Jake hide a whole child from her, or is Sarah stirring the pot for her own reasons? The stakes just shot through the roof, and Emma's fake romance is starting to feel like a house of cards in a windstorm. Let's unpack this bombshell, because it's not just about a kid. It's about trust, secrets, and the ghosts of Jake's past crashing into Emma's carefully curated present. Jake's never mentioned Mia beyond a vague, "we didn't work out," and definitely hasn't dropped any hints about a child. Emma's mind is racing, replaying every moment with him. His quiet moments staring off into space, his reluctance to talk about Seattle, the way he clams up when she asks about his life before Ella. Was he hiding this the whole time, playing her while she was catching real feelings? Or is there more to the story? You're probably screaming at the screen, "Emma, talk to him." But she's too rattled to think straight. Instead, she's doubting everything. Their late-night talks, the way he made her laugh during their fake dates, that unguarded moment in the cafe photo that's now haunting her. The internet's no help either. Her followers are eating up their couple content, oblivious to the chaos, and the pressure to keep posting is suffocating. She's got a brand deal on the line, a big one, with a trendy athleisure company that's banking on her authentic love story to sell leggings. If this falls apart, so does her comeback. You ever feel like you're juggling a million things, and one wrong move could send it all crashing down? That's Emma, teetering on the edge, with Sarah's words ringing in her ears and Jake's silence deafening. But here's where it gets juicier. Sarah's not exactly a saint in this. Her concern for Emma feels off, like she's enjoying the chaos a little too much. Is she really looking out for her best friend, or is she sabotaging Emma to boost her own influencer consulting gig? The subplot's thickening, and you're probably starting to side-eye Sarah, wondering what her real game is. Meanwhile, Jake's got his own storm brewing, and it's about to collide with Emma's in a way that'll leave you speechless. He's at the coffee shop, slinging espressos, trying to keep his head down, but his past is catching up fast. Unbeknownst to Emma, Mia's been texting him, dropping vague messages about needing to talk, and things he can't run from. Jake's been dodging her, not because he's shady, but because he's still scarred from their breakup. Mia was his first love, the one who dragged him into her spotlight only to leave him burned when her music career took off. The kid thing? It's complicated. Mia's son, Liam, is 2, and Jake's not sure if he's the father. Mia's been cagey, and their breakup timeline's a blur of fights and tour buses. Jake's been wrestling with this alone, too proud to tell anyone, too scared to face it. You ever carry a secret so heavy it feels like it's crushing you? That's Jake, pouring coffee with a smile while his world's unraveling. When he sees Emma's latest post, that cafe photo, now at 1 million likes, he feels a pang. He's falling for her, hard, but he's terrified of dragging her into his mess. The twist about Mia and Liam raises the stakes for him too. If it's true, it's not just his heart on the line, but a whole future he never planned for. And here's where the suspense kicks up a notch. Mia's not just texting. She's in LA, and she's about to show up at the worst possible moment. You're probably feeling that itch, that need to know how this plays out, and I'm right there with you, dangling just enough to keep you hooked without spilling the tea yet. As the subplots weave tighter, let's zoom out to the bigger picture, because this story's not just about Emma and Jake, it's about the world they're trapped in. Social media's a double-edged sword, amplifying their fake romance while exposing every crack in their real lives. Emma's feed is a fantasy of golden hour kisses and #love vibes. But the comments are starting to shift. Some followers are sniffing out the cracks. Why does Jake never post? Is this staged? And the pressure to keep up the charade is crushing. Sarah's pushing her to lean into the drama, suggesting they tease a breakup for engagement, but Emma's not sure she can fake it anymore. Her feelings for Jake are real, but so is her fear of losing everything. Her followers, her deals, her identity as Emma the influencer. Jake's fighting his own battle, torn between opening up to Emma and running from Mia's shadow. And Sarah? She's playing a dangerous game, feeding Emma just enough doubt to keep her off balance while quietly pitching herself to bigger clients. The city of LA hums around them, all neon lights and ambition, where every post is a performance and every secret's a ticking time bomb. You're probably caught up in the tension, wondering who's gonna crack first, and I'm feeding that curiosity with every word. This isn't just a love story, it's a thriller, a drama, a mirror to our own lives, where we're all chasing authenticity in a world that rewards lies. The climax is looming, but we're not there yet, and I need you to stay locked in for what's coming. Picture this as we wrap this part. Emma's at Griffith Park, setting up the picnic with Jake, fairy lights twinkling as the sun dips low. She's trying to act normal, but Sarah's bombshell about Mia and the kid is burning a hole in her. Jake's there, looking like his usual chill self, but there's a tightness in his jaw, like he knows something's up. The camera's rolling for their reel, but the vibe's off. Emma's smiles are forced, Jake's barely talking, and the picnic feels like a stage for something bigger. Then, out of nowhere, a woman steps into the frame. She's got a rock star edge, leather jacket, wild curls, a toddler on her hip. It's Mia, and her eyes are locked on Jake. Emma freezes, the phone slipping in her hand. Jake's face goes white. The kid, Liam, giggles, oblivious to the storm he's just walked into. What's Mia doing here? Is Liam really Jake's? And how's Emma gonna hold it together when her fake romance, her real feelings, and her entire online empire are about to implode? You're on the edge of your seat, right? Good, because we're not resolving this yet. Smash that like button, drop your predictions in the comments, and stick with me, because the next part's gonna be a wildfire you can't look away from. You're still here, and I'm so stoked because we're at the finish line of Emma and Jake's wild, heart-pounding journey, and trust me, it's gonna hit you right in the feels. That moment at Griffith Park, with Mia crashing the picnic, toddler Liam on her hip, and Emma's world teetering on the edge, is where everything explodes. The air's thick with tension. Emma's staring at Mia, Jake's frozen, and the fairy lights strung around their perfect #couple goals setup feel like a cruel joke. You're probably screaming, "What's happening?" And I'm right there with you, ready to unravel the climax, tie up the loose ends, and drop one final twist that'll leave your jaw on the floor. This is it, the moment where fake love, real feelings, and hidden secrets collide, and we're gonna see if Emma and Jake can find something true in the wreckage of their social media charade. I'm talking straight to you, like we're spilling tea after the wildest night ever, and I promise, this ending's gonna stick with you long after the video's over. We're diving into the heart of Los Angeles, where influencers chase clout and hearts get broken, to find out if love can survive the spotlight. So let's pick up where we left off and bring this story home with a resolution that's equal parts messy, beautiful, and unforgettable. Emma's heart is hammering as Mia steps closer, her boots crunching on the gravel, Liam babbling happily in her arms. The camera is still rolling, Emma forgot to stop it, and her followers are about to get a front row seat to her life imploding. Mia's presence is like a storm cloud, all sharp edges and unresolved history, and Jake looks like he's been punched in the gut. Emma's mind is a whirlwind. Sarah's warning about Jake's past, the kid, the way Jake's been dodging her lately, It's all crashing together. She wants to run, to hide from the thousands of eyes watching her every move, but she's rooted to the spot. Jake, who is she? Emma finally chokes out, her voice barely above a whisper. Mia raises an eyebrow, sizing Emma up, and says, I'm Mia. And you must be the influencer girlfriend. The word girlfriend drips with sarcasm, and Emma feels the sting. Jake finally snaps out of his daze, stepping between them, his hands raised like he's trying to stop a train wreck. Mia, what are you doing here? He asks, his voice raw. Mia shifts Liam to her other hip and smirks. I came to talk, Jake. About us. About Liam. The mention of the toddler sends a jolt through Emma. She's staring at the little boy, searching his face for Jake's features, wondering if Sarah was right. You're probably holding your breath, just like I was when I pieced this together, because this is the climax we've been building to. The fake relationship Emma crafted for likes is crumbling, her real feelings for Jake are on the line, and Mia's arrival is the match that's about to set everything ablaze. But before we get to the fire, let's see how this moment forces everyone to face the truth. Jake's voice cracks as he turns to Emma, his eyes pleading. I swear, I didn't know she was coming. I didn't even know about Liam until a few weeks ago. He's spilling it all now, the words tumbling out like he's been holding them in too long. Mia had contacted him out of the blue, saying Liam might be his, but she wasn't sure. Their breakup was a blur of tour dates and fights, and she'd been seeing someone else around the same time. Jake's been wrestling with the possibility, too scared to tell Emma while their fake romance was turning real. Emma's reeling, her influencer instincts kicking in. She's thinking about the camera, the followers, the brand deal hanging by a thread, but her heart's breaking too. She's fallen for Jake, for his quiet humor, his steady presence, the way he saw her beyond the filters. But now, she feels betrayed, like she's been playing a role in someone else's drama. Mia's not backing down either. She's not here to reconcile, she's here to force Jake to step up, to take a paternity test, to face the life he left behind in Seattle. The picnic, meant to be a dreamy reel, is now a battlefield, and Emma's caught in the crossfire. You ever feel like your whole world's unraveling, and you're just trying to hold it together? That's Emma, fighting to keep her composure while her dreams, of love, of relevance, of being enough, are slipping away. But here's where the stakes climb higher. Sarah's watching from the sidelines, having, coincidentally, shown up to check on Emma. Her phone's out, and she's not just filming for Emma's content. She's live streaming the chaos to her own followers, spinning it as influencer drama exposed. Sarah's subplot, that simmering jealousy, is erupting, and she's about to make things even messier. The climax hits when Emma finally snaps. She grabs the camera, shuts it off, and turns to Jake, her voice shaking but firm. I can't do this anymore, Jake. Not the fake posts, not the secrets, not this. She's not just talking about their staged romance. She's talking about the life she's been living, the one where she's been chasing likes instead of truth. Jake's desperate, trying to explain, but Mia cuts in, her tone softer now. He's telling the truth, Emma. He didn't know about Liam. I'm not here to ruin your little love story. I just need to know if he's Liam's dad. It's a rare moment of vulnerability from Mia, and it shifts the air. Emma sees the pain in her eyes, the weight of being a single mom, and for a second, she's not the enemy. Jake, caught between them, makes a choice. He looks at Emma, his voice steady despite the chaos. I'm done running, Em. I'll take the test. I'll face whatever comes. But I need you to know, I wasn't faking how I feel about you. That was real. It's the confession Emma's been aching for, but it's bittersweet, tangled in doubt and drama. The crowd around them, because yeah, people have gathered, phones out, turning this into a viral moment, is buzzing, but Emma and Jake are in their own world, eyes locked, hearts on the line. You're probably feeling the weight of this, the raw emotion, the way it's all coming to a head. This is the moment where the main conflict, can a fake love become real? Reaches its peak, but we're not done yet. There's a resolution coming, and it's gonna tie up every thread with a twist you won't see coming. Emma takes a deep breath, the LA sunset painting the sky behind her, and makes her own choice. She walks away, not from Jake, but from the crowd, from Sarah's live stream, from the pressure to perform. She heads to a quiet corner of the park, Jake following, and they sit on a bench, just the two of them. It's messy, it's real, and it's the first time in months Emma's not thinking about her follower count. They talk, really talk, about his past, her fears, the way their fake dates turned into something neither of them expected. Jake admits he's scared of being a dad, of failing Liam the way he feels he failed Mia. Emma confesses she's terrified of losing herself to the influencer grind, of never being enough without a filter. It's not a fairy tale ending, they're not declaring undying love, but it's honest. They agree to hit pause on the fake posts, to figure out what's real between them while Jake sorts out the paternity test. The resolution is grounded, human, and it feels like a victory, even if it's not perfect. Emma posts one final photo that night, not a staged couple shot, but a candid of her alone, no makeup, smiling softly with a caption, "Learning to love the real me. Thanks for sticking with me." It goes viral, not for #couple goals, but for #authenticity, and her followers rally around her, proving she's enough without the charade. Jake gets the test, and the results are pending, but he's ready to face them, with or without Emma. Mia, softened by their honesty, agrees to co-parent if Jake's the dad, no drama needed. And Sarah? Her live stream backfires. Followers call her out for exploiting Emma, and she's forced to apologize, her side hustle taking a hit. The subplots wrap up, not with neat bows, but with real consequences and growth, mirroring the messy beauty of life. But here's the final twist, the one that'll leave you stunned. A week later, Emma's scrolling through her DMs, basking in the love from her reel post, when she gets a message from an unknown account. It's a blurry photo of her and Jake at that first cafe date, the one that went viral, the one that started it all. The message reads, "You thought this was candid? Check the reflection." Emma zooms in, heart racing, and sees it. In the cafe window, a faint reflection of Sarah, holding a phone, snapping the unguarded moment Emma thought was spontaneous. Sarah staged it, orchestrated the whole thing to push Emma's couple content, betting on it to boost her own career. The betrayal cuts deep, revealing Sarah's manipulation went further than anyone knew. Emma's floored, you're probably floored, and it's a gut punch that reframes everything. Was anything real from the start? Or was it all a setup? The twist doesn't undo Emma's growth. She's stronger now, ready to confront Sarah, to keep building something real with Jake, but it leaves a haunting question about trust in the social media age. You're sitting there mind blown, right? That's the kind of ending that sticks, that makes you rethink the story and hit replay. As we close, let's reflect on what this all means. Emma and Jake's journey isn't just a love story. It's a wake-up call. We're all out here, curating our lives, chasing likes, sometimes losing sight of what's true. Emma found her way back, not to a perfect romance, but to herself, and that's the real win. Jake's facing his future, whatever it holds, with courage. And us? We're left with a mirror to our own lives, a reminder to chase what's real, not what's viral. You've been with me through every twist, every heartbreak, and I'm so grateful. This story's a roller coaster, but it's also a lesson. Love, trust, authenticity, they're worth fighting for, even when the world's watching. So, hit that subscribe button, drop a comment with your thoughts. Did Sarah's twist shock you? And let's keep talking about the stories that matter. Because Emma's not the only one finding her truth. And I'm betting you're on your own journey too. See you in the next one, my friend.